Hello, welcome to this video, Lily de Silva, lesson 17, translation from English into Pali. Let me give you my iPad, here we are. Number 1, the child sprinkled the lotuses with water and honored the Buddha with them. Honor, worship, the noun puja, the verb pujeti, the aorist he honored is pujesi. So the darako pujesi, the child honored, and sprinkled the lotuses with water and honored the Buddha. Clearly we have to have an absolutive here, so having sprinkled the lotuses with water. So asinchati, to sprinkle, asinchitva, having sprinkled, padumani, the lotuses with water. So udakena padumani asinchitva, with water the lotuses having sprinkled. Tehi, with them, he honored the Buddha with them. Tehi buddham pujesi. He honored the Buddha with them, literally, but it's the way of saying, gave as an offering to the Buddha, as a devotional offering. So you use the accusative of the person to whom the offering is made. You honor the Buddha, buddham pujesi, tehi, with them. Tehi was the instrumental plural. I'll read it again. Darako udakena padumani asinchitva tehi buddham pujesi. Number 2. Having received the pay, the men went to the market and bought goods. So purisa, the men, having received pay, the pay is vetana. So vetanam labhitva, having got their pay, went to the market and got goods, bought goods. We'd say having gone to the market, bought goods. So apanam gantva, bhandani kinimsu, bought goods. So purisa, vetanam labhitva, apanam gantva, bhandani kinimsu. Number 3, the fisherman brought fish from the sea and sold them to the farmers. I note that in the English, in the printed book, the exercise of fisherman is given in the singular, whereas in the key it's expressed in the plural. So let's have it in the plural anyway. Let's treat it as the fishermen, plural. So the fishermen, dhivara, sold fish. Macha is a fish. Nominative singular macho, accusative plural mache. So mache vikinimsu, they sold fish. To whom? Kasakanam, genitive / dative. So they sold to the farmers. Kasakanam vikinimsu. So they brought fish from the sea, and having brought fish from the sea, which is samudamha, samudda, sea, from the sea, samudda, sea, samudamha, from the sea, mache aharitva, having brought fish, kasakanam vikinimsu, sold to the farmers. Dhivara, samudamha, mache aharitva, kasakanam vikinimsu. Number 4. If you go to bathe, wash the clothes of the children. So wash, dhovati, imperative is either dhova or dhovahi. So wash the clothes, vatani dhovahi. That's so vata is a garment, an item of clothing is from the Sanskrit vastra, from the root vas. Actually, there are three or maybe more meanings that root vas. One of them is to wear clothes. This vastra, it's actually cognate with vestment. So and it's a neuter. So vatani dhovahi, darakanam vatani dhovahi, wash the children's clothes. So sachitvam nahayatum gachasi, if you're going to bathe, sachitvam nahayatum gachasi, wash the children's clothes. Darakanam vatani dhovahi. Number 5. The parrots and the crows flew into the sky from the trees. So using the verb uddeti, that's to fly or fly up. So they flew up as uddesum. Choreti, choresum, uddeti, uddesum. So suvaka, kakacha, the parrots and the crows. Uddesum, flew up. Flew into the sky, use the accusative of motion. So akasam, uddesum, flying up from where? From the trees. Use the ablative plural. So rukha becomes rukehi. Suvaka, kakacha, rukehi, akasam, uddesum. Number 6. Do not scold the children playing under the tree with the dog. So in the key, it's put in the plural, you plural, understood. Ma akkusata. Akkusati, to shout at or to scold. So ma akkusata, do not scold. Whom? Darke, the children. The children doing what? Kilante, who are playing. Kilante darake ma akkusata. Do not scold the playing children, or the children who are playing. The children who are playing with whom or what? Kukurena saha, with the dog. Where? Rukamule, at the foot of the tree or under the tree. So rukamule kukurena saha kilante darake ma akkusata. Number 7. I spoke to the people sitting in the park, having assembled to see the king. So to speak to, kateti, I spoke to katesim. You can use the dative there, the genitive / dative. So that's how it's given in the key. Katesim, aham katesim, I spoke to the people, manusanam, to the people who had, the people sitting, nisidantanam manusanam, literally to the sitting people, the people who are sitting, sannipatitva uyane, who had assembled, who having assembled, sitting in the park, nisannipatitva, having assembled, uyane nisidantanam manusanam, the in the park sitting people, I spoke. So bhupalam passitum, to see the king. So these manusa, bhupalam passitum sannipatitva, who had assembled to see the king, sitting and were sitting in the park, uyande nisidantanam. So we've got the absolutive followed by the participle, sannipatitva nisidanto nisidantanam, to the people who, having assembled, were sitting in the park. The having assembled, sitting in the park, people. Aham, who had assembled in order to see the king, or who had assembled and were sitting in the park to see the king. Aham katesim, I spoke to, bhupalam passitum, Sannipatitva Uyyane Nisidantanam Manusanam Katesim. I, the king to see, having assembled in the park seated people, I spoke. I gave water to my son, eating rice together with his friend. Number 8. We got frightened, seeing a certain serpent enter the house. So, Bhayati, he, she, it is frightened. Bhayimha, we got frightened. Mayam bhayimha. Sapam disva, having seen a serpent. Sarpa is the Sanskrit, so it becomes Sappa in Pali. And Sarpa, of course, cognate with serpent. Something slithers along. So Sappam disva, having seen the serpent, doing what? Geham pavisantam, present participle, accusative, masculine singular accusative, to agree with Sappam. So the house entering serpent having seen, we became frightened. So we got frightened seeing the serpent come into the house. Geham pavisantam sappam disva mayam bhayimha. Number 9. I gave water to my son, eating rice together with his friend. So I gave is either adasim or adadim, both are correct. Aham paniyam adasim, I gave water. To whom? Puttassa, to my son, who was doing what? Bhunjati, to eat. Bhunjantassa, present participle, masculine singular, genitive / dative, literally to my eating son, to my son who was eating. Bhunjantassa puttassa, who's eating what? Bhattam, rice. With whom? Mittena saha, with friend, or with his friend. So mittena saha bhattam bhunjantassa puttassa aham paniyam adasim. Number 10, do not do evil. Do good to enter heaven after departing from the human world. So let's take this as a plural. We're talking to people in the plural, so use the ta form, tha, second person plural, imperative, karota. Do not do evil. You can do, say, ma papang karota in a singular, also papani karota, I mean evil things, evil deeds. Ma papani karota. Do not do evil deeds. Kusalani karota. Do good things. It's neuter plural. Say kusalan karota, do good. Kusalani karota suggests separate good things. Kusalani karota. In order to do what? In order to, having departed from the human realm, enter heaven. So saggam pavisitum. Pavisati, he enters, she, it enters. Saggam pavisitum, to enter, meaning in order to enter heaven. Saggam pavisitum. So do good deeds in order to enter heaven. Kusalani karota. Saggam pavisitum. When, having left, literally having fallen from the human realm, manusaloka, literally the man world, the human world, manusalokam ha chavitva, having departed from, having fallen from the human world. So, do not do evil, do good to enter heaven after departing from the human world. So do not do evil. From the human world, having departed, heaven to enter good things, do. Ma papani karota. Manusalokam maha chavitva saggam pavisitum kusalani garota. And that concludes the English to Pali exercise of lesson 17.